Hey.
Hey.
What the fuck? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Co-Flop Gaming.
I'm here, player one. The guy that puts the quarter in for the arcade machines. This is here. Don Pachi's here.
And what's up, everybody? I'm player number 2. Also your best ASMR impressionist. My name is Talej.
So, what are we talking about today?
Well, as you can see right over here, we're going to be talking about all these different types of controllers. From fighting controllers to just regular gaming controllers.
Nice, yeah. So, with the different controllers, like, what do you mean? Like, do we, like, with the different consoles or, like, with the different games? Like, what are we talking about here?
A little bit of everything, right? So, when it comes to controllers, it depends, like, what game you're playing and, most importantly, like, your personal preference, right?
Yeah.
For instance, the 2 controllers that we have in our hand, we have a fight stick on Augie's.
Yes, sir.
And
you gotta know, you guys can't see it, but it's basically just the 4-button layout. With the ball joystick, it's like the round ball rather than the Korean lever.
And then what I have in my hand is a mini mix box. A mix box is basically a version of a fight stick where you have your 4 controls on top and 4 controls on the bottom. And on your left hand, it's the AWS type instead of the joystick.
Yeah, so that was reinvented just for people that like to move with their keyboard rather than with joystick.
Correct.
But also, is what I've learned is that a lot of people made it for carpal tunnel. Throughout the years with the pros, they've gone through so much like physical damage with playing these games and fighting games and everything that it hurts them physically to like move the joystick as that like the way they used to.
Yeah, because it also just goes like how you said it, like how you hold a controller, right? Because then if you're holding a joystick for so long, like for someone like me, if I have my hands closed for like more than 5 minutes, my hand is gonna cramp up, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I went with the mix box, because one, you can ask my wife, I'm really good at moving my fingers.
Whoa.
But no, in reality, like for me, especially like when we're playing Tekken or Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, even Brawl or anything like that, it's easier for me to move my fingers than it is to have my hands closed up with my left hand, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, it makes combos a lot more easier for me. Easier.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. And then with people, they said that with this new like reinvention of the arcade stick with this mix box, they have advantages now. They're able to perform movement that's one, I guess, not with realistic, or it's a lot hard to perform, but this makes it 10 times easier compared to if I were to do it on joystick. So like in simple terms, like how some movements you would have to like move your whole arm left and right and like in a certain way with the joystick in order to move it, like dashing forward while also crouching.
Okay.
But when it comes to mix box, you literally just tap 2 buttons and just 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, like basically.
Correct. I think the other thing with the mix box, sometimes it'll mess up your input, right? So like if you're trying to go down forward, sometimes it might just register just down, or it might just register the forward. So that's the only real downfall.
It's like a double-edged sword. Yeah.
But there's a lot. I forgot what it's called, but then there's pro mix boxes where it has that feature in it, so it could read both up, down, left, right at the same time when you click 2 buttons at the same time.
Yeah, I did see that, and you can configure it that way, or they even have like 6 buttons where like you can press it to make sure it does that.
Yeah, so it's just basically all how you configure it. But the mix box isn't for you. There's also this thing called a hitbox, which is basically the same thing, except on your left hand, it's for your ring finger, your middle finger, and your pointer finger and your thumb. So it's kind of like it's mapped out to form your hand for your left hand.
It's like left and right, so it's basically like you're rocking a keyboard, basically.
But
with just buttons up.
So
like
basically, your
circular.
ring finger and your pointer finger are your left, right. Your middle finger is your up, and then your down is your thumb.
Yeah, I mean, these are like very interesting controllers when it comes to like fighting games. A lot of people grew up with me like as an arcade stick with wine, holding and like buttons, right? But when it comes to other people that you grew up with controllers, playing the fighting games on consoles, I grew up on arcades. Like when I was in Mexico, I'd go to like the arcades, literally down the street from where we lived in our village. We would just go down there, put a quarter in, and we just be playing all day. Because literally costed like less than like $5 for lasting all day.
Right. You mentioned like holding it with like a wine glass, right?
Yeah.
So for most people, show them the differences in holding a joystick when playing any fighting game or playing just any like arcade game.
So
like, what is the difference in your hand holding?
Yeah, so it depends on which games you're playing and then how you're comfortable with. So there's the claw grip, which is basically just like you grab it like how a claw would be onto like the ball or the joystick. And then you would grab it either the middle stick or grab the ball. And then you would move it just left, right, up, down, up, top, left, the 8 figures of where you're going. If not, a lot of people like to use it like a wine glass. So they pretty much like how you would hold a wine glass, with their hands like in between the index and the middle finger. Or not, sorry, the middle finger and your ring finger. You hold it in between. And then you would pretty much hold it like a wine, and you would move it left to right, up, down, right? Depending on which games. Like to be like Metal Slug, Marvel, Street Fighter. Pretty much any games that require anything like with arcade sticks. And then a lot of people just like to use it like pretty much how they hold stick shifts. Basically just hand straight on, hardcore, and then just move it up and down, just basically how you like it.
Pause.
That's just very aggressive. But yeah, it just depends exactly how you want to do it. But personally, I use wine grip for Marvel's Capcom. If not, I just do it, grab it like regularly, and it's relaxed.
When I used to use arcade sticks, especially when I used to borrow yours, I would do the claw method, except I would keep my hand open, and I would kind of just I would just press my palm down, and just that's how I would kind of move it. Like I would open paw it, like it's like I'm wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
But then I would miss my inputs a lot because my hand would slip off.
Yeah. And it's just very like it's very hard to do some of the movements, especially how advanced the fighting games have become.
Yeah.
So you can see like the movements and how like to move the inputs to different moves. They require you doing it like in a zigzag motion or like a forward up to upper right motion. It's getting harder nowadays.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean the game getting harder doesn't mean like the players are getting better.
Correct.
So it's crazy just to see like the gamers and stuff and like how cooked you get when you go to a different arcades to like
right.
You get humbled for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's all just how you go about it, right? Like as I said, all these controllers really mean nothing sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. It's more just of a preference, I would say.
Yeah.
Because then any game that we play, you can play with a regular controller, whether it's a Nintendo Switch Pro controller,
Wow,
or an old school GameCube controller.
Wow. But this one's actually modified to be Switch now. They have a wireless one, but it goes back into that GameCube form.
Or like even you can even go back and do the DualShock controller. This is what I used to play a lot when I started getting into fighting games a lot. And this one, same thing. Like you could play just like a regular controller. You could hold it and use your thumbs, right? But to me, I felt like that was kind of hard. So you can either do the claw method, which is basically using your index finger and
your thumb, right?
You don't have to use your thumb, but you can use your index finger and your middle finger to use your commands. And then you can just use the joystick with your thumb. But then what I like to do, I kind of used to like to double claw it, right? So I would put the points of the controller onto my palm. Then I would use the D-pad and the buttons onto my right, obviously. X, Q, square, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G's. Anyways, I would use like a double claw method. So I would use both my fingers just to input like that. So that's why I switched over to going into mixed boxes, because it was the most familiar to me when I got really into fighting games.
Yeah, for me, it's just with these GameCube controllers. I just used it how I used all the controllers. I just do it left hand, right hand. Probably how they would display it, like on different commercials and stuff. They just normal grip. I was very surprised and shocked how some people hold their controllers, because I would never think that would be comfortable for me, but to them it's very comfortable, and it's just like that I would prefer. And it has some advantages and disadvantages too, just like how normal would be too.
Well, yeah, because I hold my GameCube controller like that too, especially like when we're playing Super Smash Brothers. It's easier for me to hold it that way, just so one, I can move my thumb a lot faster, and my index finger and my middle finger and my ring finger could also tap a lot faster. Because when I'm like this, holding it like traditionally, it's hard for me to move my fingers up as opposed to when everything's already placed. So looking like a little spider.
Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, I can definitely see that. So this one I specifically got was it's a Switch one, just specifically for the new Super Smash Brothers, the latest one. This one's unique just because it's wireless. They usually don't make wireless controllers really good. It usually has latency lag or input lag, but this one does pretty good. I also like the color of it just because it's gold. And then the second thing is that they added a Z button, but they added a ZL, Z right. So basically it's like the L1, L2.
I think what I like about the uniqueness of the GameCube controller is just it fits so firmly in your hands, right? Like as I said, your middle finger and your ring finger fit so perfectly on the bumpers in the back. Then the D-pad and the C, what's it called?
C1, yeah.
The C joystick.
Yeah.
It's just right in reach, right? So you can either, if you hit it traditionally, you can just flick it, right?
Yeah.
And it's just so comfortable. You know, like everything's placed for any casual gamer or any pro gamer.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of my favorite ones so far.
Yeah, and they modernized it too. They actually it allows you to press the C as a button.
Oh, you can press it now?
Yeah, you can definitely press it now.
That's tight.
It is. Just for those left stick, right stick buttons, like in different games that they require it. So you can use this for modern games now.
Oh hell yeah.
Compared to like if you try to use it for a different game, it's not gonna allow you to because they don't have that function, or it's just hard to play it without that function.
Okay.
So definitely good modernized. The next one I actually want to talk about is actually the guitar controller. You laughed at me when I brought it because you just assumed it's like, why are you bringing this controller if we're doing fighting games? There's actually tournaments that people actually play with Guitar controllers.
Do they really?
They really do.
So what
It's so apparently I think they use the whammy stick as like the movement, I think, or there's an analog there. You can use it there, and then you can use it for the
there's some that did have an analog stick in it. Okay,
so
I would have never thought about that.
And then obviously the button frets are just used for punch buttons and stuff. But there's different tournaments, and there's actually been winnings in tournaments with these controllers, and it's like people get really humbly cooked with these controllers, and just like, wow, I'm gonna be pretty shit if I lose to this controller, and it makes you feel some type of way for sure.
Yep, I feel it. Have you ever tried playing on a Joy-Con stick?
It is the most unpleasant experience personally. I only do it if I'm really desperate and playing the game, but I'd really try not to use it at all.
I remember during when we had a big party with my family and we played Smash, using this small Joy-Con controller is the hardest thing of all fucking time.
You know what the equivalent of it is? Is pretty much like getting the little brother controller.
No, it's like telling your sibling you're gonna let them play, but then their controller's just unplugged.
Yeah,
that's how it feels.
That's how it feels. That's what I'm saying. That's like you get the little brother controller.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, we talked about a lot of unique controllers today, right?
Yeah.
What is a big tip when selecting a controller to play, like for something for you casually, right? So for me, I still use the DualShock 4 from my PlayStation 4. It's the one that's the most comfortable with every game. Right? Whether I'm playing 2K, if I'm playing Tekken, if I'm playing
an adventure game,
an ARPG game, if I'm playing Persona 5, like it matches with almost everything. Even if I wanted to get an emulator and play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, it will work perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean the DualShock 4 was really good. I definitely use that as my versatile controller. But I have like the PlayStation 1 edition of the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So it kind of like I use it for like old retro games like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I have an adapter. With that adapter, I'm able to play those games with my DualShock 4, and it's just the most comfortable experience. As well, it's wireless.
Yeah.
And I just like it's so simple, but it's so unique and it's great, and it has that light bar, so it kind of like brings you back to that old like grind as when you used to first have it and everything.
And I think what I like about it is just because you could connect it to everything. Like
it's very versatile.
Right. So it's like even if you play like games on your iPad, like you can use it on there too.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just Bluetooth that shit.
Yeah. It has the automatic Bluetooth setting. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think one time when I first got into Genshin, I didn't want to turn on my PC, so I would put up on my iPad and connect my DualShock controller to it, and it works the same, the exact same.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Exactly.
I've been seeing people like throw their iPad up there, throw a FaceTime on there, and they want to play GTA while they're taking a bath, bro. It just gets to that.
Dude, I seen some people like they all connected their phones to their controllers and they're just all playing COD.
Yeah.
I'm just like, y'all are playing COD Mobile and y'all brought your controllers? That's wild.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. It's hard.
So I think the only controllers we never talked about is just
Xbox controllers. Yeah.
Well, we're not really big Xbox people.
No.
So whoever has an opinion, reach out to us. We'll bring you on whenever we talk about controllers again.
Probably Los, if you want to come back onto the show and argue this, you can.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Because right now we're a little bit biased. PlayStation controllers, pretty up there.
Yeah, because Xbox 360, I can honestly say I had multiple controllers because one they either broke really easily, or like the battery packs weren't good, so they like would die out so quick.
I've only had the original Xbox, and honestly, the thing that sucked about it the most is that the cords will get tangled.
Yeah,
like the inner cords. Mm-hmm. So like I didn't know how to wrap them up, especially as a kid. Mm-hmm. Anyways, and also the stick drift on those controllers were awful.
Yeah, I mean the stick drift has gotten worse nowadays with these controllers. I feel like they really don't put much care into most of these products of these new controllers.
For everyone who doesn't know what stick drift is, Don Pachis, explain.
Basically, stick drift is basically is when one of your controllers is like moving on its own because there's like either dust or particles inside the device of the like either the left or right analog stick, so it moves it for you. So it's like drifts away to like wherever your movement is, even though you're not even touching it or moving it. Sometimes you'd be playing a game, if like you want to move to the right, it sometimes picks up it's going to the down right or down left, and it's kind of annoying because you're just like, why am I going this way? And like it can be really even more annoying when you're playing like sports games or like fighting games, and like you try to do a movement, but because of that stick drift, it like stops you from doing it.
Now, you ever played Mario Kart with stick drift?
Oh yeah,
you're kind of him if you could play with stick drift, because I remember on one of my Joy-Cons, it broke, right? Mm-hmm. So it kept drifting to the right. I just had to learn how to keep everything left, and as soon as I go right, I just had to hit the drift button, and it will turn by itself. Used to be amazing.
That's really annoying, but GOAT.
All right. I don't really have a game today, but I got a little something. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get down.
Yee.
What's poppin', everyone? Just want to show some love to Sternhart St Collective. They're providing different styles of videography and photography. They strive to change the way people connect with their cine photography needs, all while creating a path for those looking to expand their skill sets. Give them a follow on Instagram at Sternhart St, or check out their website at www.sternhartstreet.com. They also got some dope clothes on the way, so be on the lookout. We'll keep that one. All right, so what we're going to do now is basically, I found this on the internet when I was surfing the interwebs. According to IGN. So them people. IGN, not me. I didn't make this. Just to make the record clear. Anyways, according to IGN, these are the top 10 best controllers of all time. Can you name them all?
Probably can, but not in order.
It doesn't have to be in order. Just try to name them, and then figure it out from there.
Super Nintendo controller.
Oh my god! I did not think you were going to get that one. That was actually, the Super Nintendo controller is actually number 9.
Yeah. The regular Nintendo Entertainment System controller.
Which one?
Nintendo Entertainment System is the one after.
No.
Or before that one.
Not that one.
Okay. Atari.
No.
No? Oh, interesting. Xbox controller.
There's 3 on the board if you can name one. Well, if you can name them.
Xbox One, Xbox 360.
Xbox 360 is one of them, yes.
Okay. And the original Xbox?
Nope. Xbox 360 is number 7.
Okay. PlayStation controller.
Which one?
I would say 2. PlayStation 2.
Nope.
Wow. All right, then PlayStation 4 then.
Yep, the DualShock is number 3.
Wow. Okay. Your favorite, the Nintendo 64 controller?
Not on here.
Really?
Yeah.
You would think that would be on it. Don't tell me a Joy-Con's in there.
No.
Okay, good.
It's not.
GameCube controller.
Is it called the Wavebird?
The Wavebird is actually, yes, but it's the wireless one.
Yep. So yeah, I'll give it to you. So it is the GameCube controller and it's the Wavebird.
Makes sense. Okay. Other
That's
controllers.
number 8.
Okay. So we have 4 right now, you said?
Mm-hmm. So you guessed the Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. You guessed the 360. Mm-hmm. You guessed... Wait, Super Nintendo, the Wavebird, the 360. You also guessed the DualShock.
Gotcha.
PlayStation 4 DualShock.
Okay. Other games. Do we have keyboard and mouse up on there?
Nope.
Okay. Arcade sticks.
Nope.
Okay. The Switch Pro controller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch is number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Okay.
So you have 5 on the board. 5 more.
5 more.
One of them
to
you
go.
probably won't get because I don't even know what the hell it is.
Okay.
I should have looked it up.
That's
But we'll
fine.
look it up later.
Okay. I have the Sega Genesis controller.
Nope.
Neo Drive controller.
Nope.
The brown box controller.
What's the brown box controller?
That's the first ever console made, I think.
Nope.
Okay. PSVR.
Nope.
Okay. DJ Hero controller.
Wow. No.
Pulling out big guns here. Yeah.
No, but then wow.
How about the Donkey Kong bongos?
No, but good pull. Good pull. Absolutely no.
Guitar Hero controller.
No.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So you guess
The Wii controller.
which one?
The Wii remote.
The Wii remote is
I was
number
like,
10.
how did I forget that one?
So there is. You guessed one of 3 Xbox controllers that are on here.
Okay. We got the Xbox 360 controller. Okay. Trying to think of any Xbox controllers that might have been. I mean, we had just had the original Xbox, but do I have to name what it's called?
You can try to at least guess the console they were on.
It's not the first one, right? It's not the first Xbox. Okay. Was it the Series X?
Close. At number 1, it's the Series Elite 2.
Whatever.
So
I guess.
you're close.
So it's pretty much like the it's the one with the back buttons. I'm
Pretty
guessing.
much.
Yeah, I
think
thought so.
I actually don't know that controller that much either.
Okay.
And there's one more Xbox controller.
Okay. It's not the Duke. It's not what it's called, right?
Mm-mm. It's literally just one word.
Then the Xbox controller's name is the one word.
Yeah, it's like Xbox, then the word, another word.
I don't know.
The Xbox Adaptive.
Adaptive. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Okay. Whatever.
I can't explain that either.
Okay. IGN.
Do you have one more Sony controller on here?
The DualShock one.
No.
No. Not the one with no analogs.
No.
Not the 2. I already said that one.
You said 2. No.
Please tell me DualShock 3 is not on there.
Not even.
All right. DualShock
Okay.
5. What about 5?
Yep.
All right.
It's
Yeah, I
not
was like,
called
that's
the
pretty good.
DualShock anymore. It's called the DualSense.
Yeah.
And at number 2, I have no idea what this is, but let's go in order. At number 10,
The Wii remote.
Nintendo Wii Remote.
Yep.
At number 9, the
Super Nintendo
the
Entertainment
Super
System.
Nintendo. And then at number 8 is the Nintendo GameCube Wave Bird. I already lost count. At number
7.
7 is the Xbox 360. At number 6, the Nintendo Switch Pro.
Mm-hmm.
At number 5, we have the PS5 DualSense.
Mm-hmm.
At number 4, we have the Xbox Adaptive.
I'm looking that up.
And
later.
then we also, at number 3, have the PS4 DualShock. And then at number 2, I have no idea what the fuck this is. It's called the Astro C40 TR4.
Astro C40 TR. What?
And then at number 1 is the Xbox Series Elite 2.
Oh, this is an Astro controller. What the fuck? What? Which one did it get? Oh, you know what? I do remember this controller. It's one you can actually configure, so you can move your buttons or analogs into like whatever like mapping you want.
Still have no idea what the hell that is.
I've seen this only like once or twice.
You can all flame me in the comments if you guys all know what this is.
It's like
or you can just fuck off.
So it's swappable modules and components for easy customization. It's pretty cool.
Oh!
I have actually seen this once.
Nice.
So funny thing was is that I got actually a controller like that, but it was DualShock 2. And you were able to swap out the buttons, and I got it at a Ross thrift store. Goated. Which conveniently I got it with my my aunt. My aunt got it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, got pretty close. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a surprise one for you. A surprise top 10 list. So
Top 10 porn stars. Not all crazy.
whoa. Can you name them?
No, not doing
According to
that. God.
Okay, so
According to Brazzers next. Brazzers top 10 list of 2014.
this was updated in July 2024. This was especially, I looked this up just for you, and I thought it was the most interesting thing I saw. What are the top 10 fighting games that are being streamed on Twitch right now?
Okay. Super Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Guilty Gear.
No, that's a good one though.
Okay. Mortal Kombat.
No.
What? Okay.
Right.
Okay, not thing. Fighting games, right? Still. Tekken.
Yep. Tekken.
If you want to be more specific, probably 8 right now.
Tekken 8 right now. Yep.
Yep. And then
I want you to be specific with the Smash Brothers one too.
Super Smash Brothers Melee. If not Melee, it's definitely the Switch.
You're right. Both of them. Both
Yeah.
of them are on here. Super
like,
Smash
both of
Brothers
them.
Ultimate and Smash Brothers Melee are on here.
Because they're two of the most popular ones.
Mhm.
I would say Marvel versus Capcom. It has to be on there.
No, it's not.
It's not.
These are like the ones that are getting streamed like as we speak, like right now too.
Okay, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighters is on here.
Blaze Blue.
Nope, not Blaze Blue.
Okay.
Good pull though.
Uh-huh. Fighting games. Okay, so we got Fighters. We got Smash, both Smashes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3. And then we said there was one I also said. I forgot.
You said Tekken.
There we go. Tekken. Yeah, it's at 8. Okay. So
You got most of the list so far.
So those are pretty big pools. Street Fighter.
Which one?
6.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is also on here.
That's a big one. Everyone's been playing a lot lately.
2 of them.
How about Multiverses?
Multiverse is on here.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to be Multiverses.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Another one.
Brawl All Stars.
Brawlhalla?
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, what?
Exactly what I meant.
Brawlhalla.
Yeah, I was like Brawlhalla.
Get your mouth off the mic. Maybe you would have said it right. Oh. Okay, so you have 3 more to guess.
Okay. Wow, Mortal Kombat's not one of them.
That's what I said. No, I was like, no one's streaming Mortal Kombat right now?
Okay. This one's a wild pick, but I don't think it's going to get it. It's Injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Let me know when you want the rest of the answers.
Okay. I got to keep guessing.
Give
Just
you
pull them out of my ass.
5 more guesses.
All right. It's King of Fighters.
No, but I want to play that one, though.
That's a good one. Okay, not King of Fighters. Not. Did I say Dragon Ball Fighters?
You did.
Okay. Dragon Ball Fighters, and that one's on it though too, right?
Dragon Ball Fighters is on here already, and you guessed
And Guilty Gear is it?
No, that's
kinda
what I
crazy.
said.
That's kind of crazy. All right,
Right?
so how about Soul Calibur?
No.
Okay.
I wanted that one on here, too.
Okay. I gotta think fighting games like that we used to play.
2 of that.
Killer Instinct.
No, but I was just playing that the other day, too.
Damn, bro.
Xbox gave it up. All right, one more guess. I don't know how many did I give you. Was that 3? Well, that was 3 guesses. 2 more.
Try to think.
Ones.
All right, give me a system. Maybe I can guess it from systems.
I actually have no idea what systems these are on.
Okay, well that's great.
I think they're on all platforms.
Okay.
There's one of these games I don't know.
Okay.
One of them is think of like Gang Beasts, but with animals.
I forgot what that shit's called. I won't know that one.
Okay.
Okay. And then, I just give up. But that's pretty much big ones. If like Mortal Kombat, any of those are not in
That's
there.
what I said. So the top games that are being streamed onto Twitch as of July 2024. At number 1 is Street Fighter 6. At number 2 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. At number 3 is Tekken 8. At number 4, it's Multiverse.
Yeah.
Is it Multiverse or Multiverses?
Multiverses.
And then number 5 is Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battles.
That's whack.
That's what I said.
That's the gotcha game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the gotcha game.
That's not a fighting game.
Well,
whatever.
I guess.
Okay.
Number 6 is Party Animals.
Okay, yeah, that was the one. I remember that one.
I never played it, but then
A lot of streamers streamed it a lot. I remember that.
Number 7 is Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yep, that's the one I play a lot.
Number 8 is Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Super Smash Bros. Melee. Ugh, classic. And I don't know what number 10 is. Number 10 is Evil Zone.
I've heard of it. I've never played it before.
I don't know what the hell it is. When I saw this list, I was like, the fuck is that? I didn't even bother to look it up. That's how bad it was. It's probably not bad. I probably just don't know.
So you probably angered a lot of fans there.
Probably.
We'll see. I mean, we never played it. I mean,
Whatever.
we can't judge it until we've seen it.
Watch me play it and I love it.
Yeah, watch.
God. All right.
You know, not bad. With the list that I had, I think a pretty good solid pull from mine.
Yep. I think
there was a lot of surprises that I didn't think were on there. So like
Exactly.
Mortal Kombat was one of them, and then which one else did I say? Marvel vs. Capcom, I guess. I would say
Yeah.
the second one would have at least come up right now, especially with the new releases coming out.
Yeah,
soon.
but this list gets updated like frequently, right?
Yeah.
Like the last time this was updated was 7 days ago. So I'm like, okay.
Might have been a different list.
Mortal Kombat was probably when it was out, but Street Fighter being number 1 is wild to me.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Oh well.
Let's get into it.
Woo.
All right, and we're back. Yeah, so I wanted to keep our first episode after our first year episode kind of lighthearted, right?
Year 2, season 2. Woo.
Woo! Ah, yay! But yeah, just it was nice today to go down memory lane with the many controllers that we've had. We've had multiples of the same controller. If you rage out like how we do.
Many broken, thrown away controllers.
Yeah. Hey kids, don't throw your controller at the wall.
It's not worth spending $60 on a new controller.
Yeah, it's not fun, especially if it's your favorite one.
Yep. Especially when you get older and you got bills to pay.
Yeah.
You kind of want to savor that as much as possible.
Yeah. However, we've talked about a lot of different controllers that we love and that we've used. What are some controllers that are unique, let's say that, for the brighter term, that just wasn't your palette? Something that you just like, this wasn't it.
DualShock 3 PS3 controller.
Why?
The L2 and R2 buttons were mapped weird on there. So like every time I would press it, sometimes it would pinch my skin. Maybe that's just a big back thing, but
God.
but personally, it would always pinch my skin every time I'm playing. Like if I'm playing zombies, I'm in a rush. Like I would try to put R2 to shoot, and I would fucking pinch my skin, like ah. So it's like, it's kind of annoying. Plus, like if you move it slightly when you're in the covers or something, or like when you're watching a movie, it fast forwards it, so you're just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Yeah.
I think one that I would say it's very unique and it's more I like it just for nostalgia, but then as a controller's sake, give me one moment. Are the Nintendo 64 controllers. I don't know who the fuck they made these for, but then why are there 3 handles? Like, who are you selling this to?
For 3-handed people.
Like, as a kid, this is humongous for my hand. As an adult, this just doesn't fit right. And why is the memory card on the back of the controller?
And why does the joystick hurt when you're moving it around for fucking Mario Party games?
I think that's just a you thing.
No, because I would get blisters on that shit.
Well,
don't tell me you would never get blisters on that bitch.
No, I didn't try that hard like that.
Yeah, well, I tried hard, so.
But overall, like as a nostalgic purpose, they look beautiful to just have as an antique. But if they brought this back as an actual controller you can use for any other game, this would be a hard nah for me.
Agreed.
Man. All right. So, one thing I wanted to ask you is if you were to create and design your own controller, what would it look like?
It would be almost very similar to the DualShock 4, but Astro style. Pretty much the mappable buttons and stuff. Like, be able to move that all around. But an affordable price, not $150. I believe it should be a lot less, maybe like $30, $40. Made out of probably the ocean's plastic of things, maybe. Save some money, and it's cheap, and it's great controller, good quality. Mm-hmm. So, but able to customize it how you want it.
I'm for it.
With skin tags and everything. Sellable on the website. That's what I do.
I'm for it.
Yep.
I think I would stick with my mix box, right?
Yeah.
My mix box, you kind of play it with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one option I would have is being able to add a joystick on it. So when you do play games with joysticks, you could just attach it on there and you could have it as a feature.
That'd be fire. Yeah.
Right. Kind of so you can just switch between the mix box and just having like a regular joystick controller.
Like customize the module of it. Yeah, it's the same thing with mine. That way, if I want to do it like arcade, you could put the buttons instead. That'd be dope.
And more like the one I have right now, like clack, like keyboard features, right? So you could swap out your key bindings to how you want it. Like you can have any keys you want. And then I would just make my special button for any fighting game like this
big ass button.
Big ass button. So whenever I'm doing a combo, and right when I know I'm like, oh, I got this in the bag, just smack it with my hand as hard as you can.
I feel like you should be able to customize it with the sound effect too. Like have a program module to play a sound. Like you can be like it's easy, or like have a girl moan.
No, I'm gonna have another button that says, "Oh, you done fucked up. You gave this to me." Smack. That's exactly how it would map it out.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
This was fun, bro.
And going down memory lane with these different controllers and everything.
Hell yeah. Season 2, a lot more in store. What we got? I don't know yet. We're gonna figure that out along the way.
Yes, we will.
So, you can find us on all of our social platforms on, I'm not going to say X anymore because we stopped using that. We use IG and TikTok under CoFlop Podcast. You could also find us on YouTube and listen to us on Spotify.
And then this episode's dedicated to my aunt that just passed away last night. As you heard earlier, she was the one who got me the controller, so I thought this was a very special episode to introduce her. But yeah, just cherish their memories with your special person in your life and hold on to them, because life's too short. But I'm glad you get to spend time with anybody, even with your partners, even with anybody in your life, enjoying the video games, because she enjoyed times with me. So anybody you got a loved one, just tell them you love them and care about them. But yeah, this one's for you, Thea.
Absolutely. With that being said, we're CoFlop Gaming, where we're good.
Sometimes. And let's just take it out here and be smooth.
Woo-woo!